Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. This is episode 118, and today we are starting things off in the bowels of my storage system because in the previous episode I said that I had lost my sponges, and I had lost my sponges. I was really struggling to find them. In fact, I spent probably about an hour in the previous episode of Hermitcraft trying my best to locate them, and it turns out in the 1 10-second clip where I said that I couldn't find them, I found them. There were 15 sponges left over somewhere inside either a dropper or was it a hopper? Either way, they've probably moved from now because I've been logged in trying my best to load up the sorting system. But they are here somewhere. They are somewhere inside this mass of hoppers. And you know what? I think I'm just going to leave them to clear out and hopefully they'll make their way into a chest at some point. But anyway, in today's Hermitcraft episode, we're going to be doing something ever so slightly different. We've been doing a lot of work on the server lately, doing tons of progress, working on the base, working on various projects and everything like that. We haven't really had an opportunity to check out what other hermits are up to because all the other hermits have been incredibly busy as well. So what I thought we could do today, seeing as it's been almost 100 episodes since we've done one, I thought we could do a bit of an exploration episode where we just check out what everyone else has been up to. So first things first, let's look at the community stuff. No way, I hadn't actually seen this thing yet. Oh, that's fantastic. So I'd always seen the 2018 sign, but I hadn't realised that there was actually fireworks involved. It's a little bit late, we're now in February, but I'd say that's good enough. Now, I'm not expecting too much to have changed down in this area, but to be honest with you, I just like popping down here because this place is still absolutely insane to me. Now, there are still all the Christmas decorations hanging down, which do look absolutely fantastic, including some Christmas trees and other bits and bobs like that. But also, I'm guessing there's probably one or two more shops. I think I can see some ones that I don't recognise since the last time I've been down here. In fact, one thing that we probably should do is we should probably take a look in the door store, which I'm very glad that I've brought my bow along because apparently this place is deadly. But anyway, if we pop inside, let's see. Has anyone placed any requests? No, I got excited then. I thought they were all requests. But no, we are yet to have a request for any of our lovely doors. I mean, why would you not want one of these? Look at it. Okay, so moving on from the little shopping area, I thought it would be a good idea to head off to the gaming district. Now, this is actually somewhere that I'm going to be working in, hopefully at some point soon, because I've got a whole bunch of ideas for cool games, but it's looking very different. Very, very, very different from the last time I was over here. Wow. Holy mackerel, lots and lots has changed. And it looks like there's lots of kind of templates for building and jeez, there's loads! Okay, so this is my Slabyrinth. We've all seen this. This is the thing that I built. But then we also have a few games over here. Hungry Hermits coming soon. So is this going to be like Hungry Hippos? I haven't actually seen this. Oh my... I don't know if I'm guessing those pigs are part of the game. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But this looks brilliant. Oh, that's awesome. Now, we've got the... what's this thing called? I can't remember what it's called. It's to do with Chorus Chaos. That's the one. There is the Tangler, which I still really need to take on. I need to take on that challenge. Yeah, I need to find someone to do it with. I don't actually know what that one is. And there's a handful of games out the back as well, which I haven't seen yet. This is all really exciting. I maybe at some point we'll have to do a little bit of game playing, I suppose. It looks to me like this is some form of parkour game. Which is bad news for me because I'm terrible at that sort of thing. But let's pop round the back because we've got like a risen up pathway here. So there is the big tent that we've had before. But then it looks like, I was about to say it looks like we can pop down into that area. But that doesn't look like that's the case. Right, there's the boat race. And that seems to wrap its way around this entire space. And then we also have, is this a walk on keyboard? I love it. And is this an audience or is this part of a game? I don't really know. Either way, I'm into it. I'm into it. I love all these. Just people are so creative. So now I'm going to head out in the direction of a handful of the farms. And one thing that I hadn't realised is that Impulse SV also has one of these donut gold farms. Let's take a look. It looks slightly different. Are they iron golems there? I'm a little bit confused by this one. I'm assuming it doesn't work in the same way as this guy's one works. And I'm assuming I'm standing where the zombie bigmen are meant to walk at this point in time, and if I fell down there, I would probably die, so I should stop jumping around here and try my best to make my way into the actual center. Yeah, I should really start using elevators as opposed to just flying into places. I sincerely hope I'm standing in the right place at this point in time. Good! Good, good, good. This thing works, and it's very, very loud, just like all gold farms. Wow, I'm getting tons of XP as well. Look at this. Now that my pickaxe is fully repaired, I've got myself a fresh set of armor, and I've got myself 38 levels. I thought it'd be cool to pop down to probably one of the coolest spots on the server. This thing is so ridiculous. I know I've used this thing before, and I've broken it before as well, and I had to fix it all. But, I mean, it's just nuts. It's a nutty, nutty, nutty project. And it just works so well. Now, for those of you who haven't seen this before, this is Tango Tech's and Impulse SV's Wither Skeleton Farm. And the whole point of this thing is that Wither Skeletons and all the other nether mobs will spawn on these platforms. They'll be pushed off by flying machines. The Wither Skeletons will fall down to the bottom. They won't die. Everything else will be crushed. And then we can come along and farm all of the Wither Skeletons, getting ourselves tons upon tons of Wither heads. Now, it's very, very impressive. And I wonder, there's a wall there. Oh, red glass in the nether. You really can't see it, can you? Anyway, moving on from that, the main reason why I was down Impulse SV's tunnel is because I wanted to check out his base. Whoa. I have not been over here in a long time. Oh my. Oh my word. This is mental. What a ridiculous looking thing that is. Oh, I absolutely love it. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. I've got to take a flight around here. Wow, I'm actually I'm gonna turn up the number of chunks I'm loading, so that I can take in this entire base in all its glory, because this thing is totally ridiculous. It looks really cool in the night as well because of how it's all lit up. That is just one of the most incredible things. So we got the Guardian farm there. And then the downstairs of his base is based around a Guardian farm, but then he has the Atlantis, this zone here. I mean, these giant goblets. I don't know what they're meant to look like, but I'm going to refer to them as goblets, holding up this enormous area of slabs up at the top. Whoa. Fantastic work, Impulse. This looks amazing. This is one of the coolest bases I think I've ever seen in Minecraft. Could probably work on maybe not having these be a death trap. I don't want to land just in case I get blown up or something. Are these all mob farms? Oh my word. No way. So inside the goblets, we have functional mob farms, but you just can't see them. So they're spawning mobs, and then I'm guessing the mobs drop down through these chambers and then get killed. And then the items get picked up. Well, this is the best base I've ever seen. I might as well quit the Hermitcraft server because there's no topping this. I mean, jeez. And of course, inside the ocean monument temple type thing, we've got all of the sorting systems. We've got all the different types of farms, melon farms, cactus farms. We've got all sorts of different bits and bobs. I don't know what sort of farm that is. But yeah, the whole lot. As much as you could possibly want. Super smelters, sugarcane farms. Yeah, you get the picture. This place is awesome. Really, really awesome. Anyway, next up, we have got Exhumavoid's base. And this place is equally as ridiculous. I mean, it is such a cool looking area. And there is a bunch of new stuff that has popped up since the last time I've been over here. For example, this thing. Now this to me looks like a big industrial build. It looks like a bit of a factory building, and it also looks like there's some fluid flowing out from a pipe maybe that's leaking from this area. I can't really tell. And I really want to get inside it, but I'm not 100% certain you can. There's a chance that this is just for decoration. I'm going to take a look around. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. So down at the bottom here, we've got ourselves an iron farm. And then this entire build is meant to look like an iron golem factory, as if it's like a slaughterhouse for iron golems. So you can see we have the blood and the heads of iron golems flowing out down here. That is horrendous, but also amazing at the same time. That's so cool. See, now this is the sort of thing. If I can build another base, what I want to do is I want to make sure that I am not based around an area, okay? Because for pretty much all of the Hermitcraft seasons, I've always based my base around like one central section, and then you have things heading off from it, and it's all symmetrical, which means that you can't really do things like that. You couldn't just build a giant factory on one area of the base, because then it would look really, really strange. So I think, yeah, when I build another base, definitely going to do this sort of thing. All sorts of different non-symmetrical builds. I mean, look at this place. This is one of my favorite looking bases, I think, ever. It's just so cool. Look at that. Oh, it's so amazing. I absolutely love it. By far one of my favorite bases. There's just so much going on, so many different colors, so many different textures. It's a really exciting base to look at. I mean, he's even managed to make terracotta look good. Now that takes real talent. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really cool. I wonder if he's ever going to do anything with that mob cage down there, or if that's just going to be left there forever. Seriously cool. These hermits, they're a talented bunch, aren't they? Now, I've been exploring through Exuma Void's base a little bit, and I found this area, and I think, now there is a chance, because I remember Exuma said right at the start of this season that he was going to take note of all of his deaths. So there's a chance that these are all of his deaths, or there's a chance that they're just milestone episodes. So these are like keepsakes from episodes, and he's even got one raiding with Mumbo, which is quite sweet. And I don't remember him dying in that episode, so there is a chance that these are like, I guess, tokens. Little tokens that he's taken from things that he's done on the Hermitcraft server that he really likes. Once again, another really cool idea. Holy mackerel, how much wool does a man need? Look at this! So these lamps here indicate how full the chest is. That's another thing that I'd never really thought of doing before, but that's really smart redstone. This is ridiculous, though. How much do you... What are you building? So we've now left Exuma Void's base, and we're exploring different nether tunnels and making our way to different areas of the Hermitcraft server. And I'm a little bit confused as to how I'm meant to use this. I'm assuming this is like an automatic staircase, in which case that's brilliant. If it's not, and I'm just doing something totally wrong, then please let me know down in the comment section. I have to say, I did not realise that we had this mining desert here, so I've been going all the way to the NHO jungle to take out massive areas of the desert, and I didn't realise that there was a massive area of the desert that was designed to be taken out. The only thing is that people have taken out a massive area of the desert, so now there isn't really too much sand left, and oh my word, it's getting dark, and I don't have any rockets left, and I'm about to land, and I'm probably going to get killed by everything. Thankfully, I managed to survive, and I've made my way over to Exuma Void's witch farm. Now, this place is really, really cool, just because I love this room. And I mentioned this the last time that I managed to get here, which I think was with, I'm fairly certain that was with Iskall, when we were working on the build battle contest type things. I think I managed to make my way into here just to go back to the nether. I can't really remember, but either way, I absolutely loved this room back then, and partly because of the fact that we actually have a resident witch that chills out the back there, and also, is he alright? Is he like renamed? Is he meant to be there? Yes, okay. I got me scared then. But yeah, this is the witch farm. I can't actually see where the witch farm is. I think it's somewhere off in this direction, but here are all the drops. What? Where have all of those come from? Is this killing the witches in a specific way? Regardless, I think this place is awesome, and by the look of things, we also have ourselves a slime farm as well. And is this a passive mob farm? I don't know if that's a passive mob farm or not. It certainly looks interesting though. I was beginning to make my way back towards the central nether hub, but then I started seeing signs with red boots and then arrows pointing in directions, and I just thought to myself, I can't help but follow this. I want to know where this is going. Now let's see what this is all about then. Red boots. I have no clue what these red boots could mean, but I suppose we're about to know. What? Seriously? There's an AFK Ocelot farm? No way! That's actually really, really cool. How interesting. And it averages about 150 cats an hour, it says. And there's some parrots down there. So next time we do some headhunting, I mean, surely I'm allowed to kill that cat. Can I kill that cat? It kind of feels bad killing a cat. That's crazy. Wow, it has gotten extremely stormy here on the Hermitcraft server. But anyway, I've now popped over to the Mumbo. Now this place is also another ridiculous project that has been taken on by Iskall and Rendog. And I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of work over here over the next couple days. Hopefully getting everything set up and ready to go when it comes to the shops that Iskall needs in this area. Because, you know, we built the shop and it didn't go particularly very well. But then we redesigned it, and we're yet to actually implement it. So that will be happening at some point soon. But this place looks ridiculous. I especially like Rendog's End. Don't tell Iskall I said that. But the way that this place looks, I just love the paths. The paths are amazing. That being said though, Iskall's End, especially with this dude in the hill, it's so cool. It's such a cool idea for a project. I can't wait for it to be up and running, and I actually can't wait to have a few gaming sessions over here, because by the sounds of it, it seems like it's going to be a really, really fun game. Moving on from that area, we're now going to head down into Tango's place. Now this is something that I've shown a couple times recently, but first off, just the nether tunnel. I'd say he's one of the people that really has nailed the nether entrance. This place is awesome, if not a little bit dangerous. I always feel like I'm going to fall in lava with this place. But if we pop through this nether portal, I mean, I say it so many times. It's so difficult to decide whose base is incredible, because all of the bases are incredible. Impulse's base is incredible from like just a grandness standpoint. Exumavoid's base is incredible from like a detail standpoint. This one is both. It's just mad. It's so insane. Like, how ridiculous is that? I mean, it's just the coolest thing ever, isn't it? Is that not just the coolest thing ever? Am I going crazy here? But it's like a floating death mansion that's being held up by this area here with crazy power beams and stuff going on. I'm struggling with the vocabulary to describe what I'm actually seeing here. Obviously you can see, and you can try your best to understand what I'm talking about. But just the amount of detail that is in this build, a number of different dimensions and angles. This is the sort of thing that I could never construct. I could never do it. Never. Like, look. Those tiny little iron bars, they're just a tiny bit of detail. We've got all the different angles of these slabs here to create this shape. All the different colours. I mean, the amount of netherrack and nether brick he must have spent time mining. God, it's got to be in the thousands upon thousands upon thousands. And then we have this area too. Now, I actually haven't seen inside this place. So what is this thing? So this is... Oh man, that's amazing. Oh, I've never actually seen that film before, but I mean, everyone knows it, come on. And of course, I can't go over to Tango Tech's base without mentioning the fact that he has this giant, ridiculous iron farm right here, which produces about a gazillion iron golems per hour once it is activated. He's actually taken a little bit of a different strategy this time around. Generally speaking, on Hermitcraft, we'd have an iron farm in the spawn chunks that's just permanently producing iron. But he's actually decided to build one over at his base, which means that you have to turn it on, because if you unload it, then it all gets kicked off. But when it is on, it works incredibly fast. And the way that the iron golems are being killed is actually using these guys, the evokers, which is a crazy, crazy way of killing off animals. I mean, seriously, that is bonkers. Impressive work, always impressive work from Tango Tech, and he's just released a really interesting video as well, showing off a completely new series. So I would highly suggest checking out his YouTube channel, and highly suggest checking out that video. The only thing that I will say, Tango, is I feel that this door is a little bit pointless. I really want to see what's down there, but I can't get down there. Now, one base that I actually haven't seen for a very long time is Rendog's place. I occasionally go over to Iskal's place, but obviously we'll head over there as well. But Rendog is right next door, and I can't remember the last time I was over there, so I'm really interested to see the sort of builds that he's been working on. And first off, this tunnel is awesome. I love the style that Rendog's been going for this time around. It's like a lot of high contrast, ultra modern builds, and they look really good. And yeah, it does. It looks really, really cool. As I said, I cannot remember the last time I was here. But there definitely wasn't as much as this. Nice. So it is super, super high tech. Almost like Blade Runner. Reminds me of like the Blade Runner world in a way. Whoa. This place is cool. Super, super cool. And then we've got the farms over there. That looks like a villager farm to me. Nice. Oh, awesome. Yeah, seeing all these bases and seeing that most of them aren't centered around one thing, apart from Tango Tech and Impulses, two of my personal favorites. Apart from those two, all of these bases are based around kind of islands. In fact, that makes me think that maybe I want an island base. When at some point we move over to Hermitcraft Season 6, which there's no plans for at the minute, I think an island base would actually be a really cool way to go. Anyway, while we're over here, we might as well float over to the Plastic Fantastic Island. And I actually want to see how far they went with their prank the other day. So there's my boat. Oh, that's hilarious. So, Cub and Scar were over here. They were basically creating an overflow of Iskal's Iskalium factory type thing, and there was an overflow. As you can see, it's flooded the entire area. It's all spreading out, and there was actually an extra area to the reactor that was shooting it was shooting all of that stuff down into the lake, and it was overflowing into this area. Now where I came in is I was manning this boat. That was my job. I was manning the boat, and I was trying my best to control the overflow. By the look of things, I didn't fare so well because my boat has been sunk and is now, yeah, it is now become one with the nuclear waste. That's amazing. That was such a cool idea for a prank. As I say, that is definitely a video that you should check out because it was like a live action prank, and I only played a really small part in it, so it's really cool to see how it progressed from the point that I played in it. Because, yeah, super cool idea. Never seen a prank like that before. Really, really awesome. Anyway, Iskal's base is looking good as ever. Mumbo Cactoni is standing strong. Loving that. We've got the big Mario plant. And this guy over here, which I didn't really know what this thing was for, but I'm assuming this is for the gold farm. In which case, that's a hilarious way of placing in that nether portal. Iskal is one of those guys. He just comes up with the most wacky ideas for things. I don't really understand how he does it. He's got one of those brains that just produces odd things. I mean, just look at that. We've got an anchor, a Mario plant. His entire island is meant to look like it's made of plastic. We've got an overflowing Iskalium, which Iskalium is totally made up anyway. Volcano. We have a ghast that you enter the base into. Obviously, Mumbo Cactoni. A big red button. We've got the one that is Snow Oni something. It's just, there's everything. Just so many different names for things, so many different odd random builds all mushed together to create an awesome base. And I remember when Iskal built this thing right here, which looks slightly different actually. It looks very different from when I first saw it, but I thought that it was cheese melting down. He then informed me that actually that wasn't the case, but still, this looks like melting cheese to me. Doesn't that look like molten cheese? I'm not going crazy here, am I? Whoa, there is also a very big farm over here. That's a smart idea to build stuff like that on the top of the nether. Just have like an industrial farm on the top of the nether. Yeah, you've got infinite space. And nothing's going to spawn up here apart from apparently that guy. I don't understand how he's gotten here. We have pretty much gone back home now because the next base I want to take a look at is CubedHost. And Cub definitely wins the award for coolest nether tunnel out of everyone. Check out how fun this thing is. It's like a game going to Cub's house every single time. It's such a cool idea. You know, when he built this thing, I was like, well, that's weird. That's kind of a bit of a strange design for a nether tunnel. But it works really well until you come through and almost crash straight into a nether portal. And I said this in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, or at least I think it was the previous episode of Hermitcraft. I said it then, and I'll say it again. By far, the most ridiculous entrance to a base ever. It's just... This should be an advert for Minecraft. Mojang should employ CubedHost. They should employ CubedHost. Because, I mean, he could put this... There could just be an advert of someone walking through this area. And they could put that on YouTube. And then... that would be good enough. People will go, you know what, I want to play Minecraft. That actually looks pretty interesting. Because this is ridiculous. This is so cool. Anyway, let's start popping into the various areas of CubedHost's base, which he has got millions. First things first, we have got his rather ridiculous slime farm, which seems to be the most efficient slime farm on the planet. He says when there's no slimes there. Yes, there are. Look at that. Oh my word, I've actually just dropped straight down into it. Oh my gosh. Why did I think that was a good idea? That was so close. Okay, but yeah, slime farm. Slime farm works wonders, and it's right in the center of the ocean. He's done a ton of ocean clearing to get rid of this. I mean, that's like the size of the hole that you have to create for a guardian farm. That's not dissimilar to what I had to do the guardian farm. So he must have done a lot of sand placing or sponging. I mean, I can only imagine how long this would have taken. Speaking of guardian farms, he also happens to have one of those as well. And it seems to be working pretty nicely. I'm loving this design too. Really cool. Look, you can see the guardians up in the water. I say water, it's actually stacked stained glass. Stacked stained glass seems to be an ongoing theme for this Hermitcraft season. And that's because it's genius. Just that gradual fade away. It's like a gradient in Minecraft. We don't really have ways of doing that in Minecraft. And this works perfectly. Why do I keep throwing my things everywhere? What is wrong with me? I think now I've actually made it over to CubedHost's island. And this is another island base. Another mushroom island, in fact, that's been replaced with grass. And it is really cool. I love the flowers that he has going through here. Everything's so vibrant and colourful in mushroom biomes. Because when you replace the mycelium with grass, it's bright green. All of the colours are so bright, and I'm really envious because in my base I don't have that. In an ocean biome, you don't have these crazy bright colours, and it just looks really good. Now, CubedHost obviously has about 1 million farms in here, so I'm not going to be able to cover all of them. But if I just fly around, you can see just the differences in builds. There's so many different things going on in this area. Love it, and I really like that build. That's such a strange type of build. I have to say, you don't see things like this very often. But it looks great, especially from this angle. Sometimes this happens to me, you know. I just like to grind my face in the dirt, occasionally. Just get that mustache all nice and filthy. Yeah, I need to sort this out. I had absolutely no idea that CubedHost also has a crazy iron farm. I mean, what does CubedHost not build? He also has a ridiculous iron farm. So we've got 2 ridiculous iron farms on the Hermitcraft server. What on earth? Seriously, what on earth? Wow, I should AFK here occasionally. Why do I not AFK here sometimes? Now I'm just going down random nether portals. It looks like this is a witch farm. I'm assuming this is also built by CubedHost. In which case, he's probably constructed every single farm on the Hermitcraft server. I mean, I can't think of a farm that he hasn't built that isn't massive. That's pretty impressive. One place that I don't think I've ever been to is Scar's base. I've been to all of Scar's builds and I've been to the community area, but I can safely say I've never been inside his area of the nether tunnel, and he has like an upside down city going on. I'm assuming because this is the nether. I don't know if I'm making sense there. So we're on like the underside of the world, so everything's flipped upside down. But then if we go through this area, then we're going to pop through into a city. Now, I think Scar is actually online right now, so hopefully I'm not going to spoil any of his builds, but maybe we might see him working on something. What Scar's going for is he is actually going for a modern city. So you can see he has got massive skyscrapers all over the place. He's got infrastructure. He's been working incredibly hard on this place over the past couple days, and I have to say, it's looking really, really good. It's looking seriously cool. I'm loving the helicopter on top of that building. That's so cool. So cool. And I'm guessing this is the Tuxedo Cat. Very nice. Now, I think down in this area, there's something else that goes on. So this is the underground tunnel, and this is the intersection. It just all looks really cool. There's so many... The thing that kind of opens my eyes when I'm doing these tours, because as I say, it's been almost 100 episodes since I've done any form of tour of this place. The thing that really opens up my eyes to the difference between the hermits is going and looking at their bases, because you can see how many different approaches there has been to the same thing, which is to make a base. We have Scar, who is making like a modern city. We have Tango Tech, who's making a wild, crazy nether place. We've got Iskal, who's making a plastic fantastic island. We've got Rendog, who's doing a Blade Runner style place. Cubfan, who's creating a crazy island. Exumavoid, who's creating a crazy island. Me, who's creating a crazy base in the ocean. Impulse SV, who's creating an even crazier base in the ocean. There's just so many different approaches. It's really interesting. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm just rambling on, getting really excited about things, but it's because I'm getting really excited about things. It's so cool seeing what other people create in Minecraft. I spend so much time creating my own things in Minecraft. Sometimes it's nice to take a step back and see what other people's approaches are. So now we have Wells Knight. Now, Wells Knight has just built massive areas of kind of medieval village castle type things, and they look very impressive. Really, really cool. The kingdom's looking good. I would like to live there. The cathedral especially is looking very cool as well. Yeah, this place is really impressive. I would not be able to build something like this. That's for sure. There's no way. Another place that I really don't think I've visited for a very long time is Stress Monster's place. Now, Stress Monster has got a little base in the swamp, and she has been building some really cool things. And I remember from the last time that I actually came over here, this tunnel entrance is awesome. I love the way that it looks. I love the ruin theme. You guys know what I'm like. But also, these houses and these walkways, really cool. It is so difficult to build in a swamp. I personally don't know why someone would choose to build in a swamp, because that is like the biggest challenge ever. I tried to do it in Hermitcraft Season 3, I think it was Hermitcraft Season 3, and I struggled because the textures and everything, they're just working against you. But these builds fit right in. They fit right in, and it feels good. And I'm loving that UFO up there. That is completely unexpected, and also I'm loving that figurine, and also I'm assuming that is Bumbo Cactoni's sister. I'm fairly certain Iskal mentioned that Bumbo Cactoni has a sister, so this is all really cool. As I say, I haven't seen this place in ages, so it's nice to see how much has been done. One thing that I do remember from Stress Monster's base is that I can never remember how to get out of this place. Absolutely no clue. I always get stuck here. I can never find the nether portal. Drives me around the bend. Seriously, I'm still here. I haven't managed to find the exit yet. I've been looking for about 15-20 minutes. I never know how to get out. Where is it? Finally, I managed to find it. I was being a bit silly because I just watched back the footage of me coming into the base and I could instantly find it. But still. Oh. Yeah, no, that's totally my fault. I'm sorry, Stress. Your base is lovely, and it is really easy to find the exit, trust me. As far as I can tell, I have 2 more bases left to go. We've got Python, which every single time I come in here, there is just an overflow of villagers. Today, it doesn't seem like it's too bad, but this base is actually really cool. Super cool. That's a really interesting shape, isn't it? Having that water going around there like that. There are villages everywhere. There's villages all over the place. But yeah, really nice. I love this build. And then the little houses that he has. I guess these villagers are meant to occupy these houses. That makes total sense. And then we have different farms. I think up there is the spider farm. Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. And I really like the idea of having the storage systems in different houses as well. I think I've mentioned that last time I was over here. I just like the thought of having your storage system spread out. That's something that I tried to do with this season of Hermitcraft, and it's had some success. I mean, the idea actually works, but maybe next season, once again, I'm bringing up a hypothetical next season, because right now there's no plans for it, but next season, it could be good to have like a fully spread out storage system where it's all over the place. It could be good, but it also could be quite frustrating. Now, I can't say Pythons and False's tunnel is really cool. Once again, stacked black glass, creating that fading effect, but having the ravine under there, that looks amazing. Anyway, I think this is False's place. And I flew over there just earlier on in the episode when I was over by Exumavoid's base, and it looks really good. There is... I'm alright. Apparently I'm alright. That was quite scary. I thought my Elytra had given up on me, but no, apparently not. Apparently that was just server lag. But if we just take a look at this place, I mean, this is great inspiration for the town that I want to build. Because look at that. All these houses are built on a theme, but they all look different. They all look slightly different, and the idea of using those blocks, I don't even know what colour that is. I mean, obviously we've got the dark prismarine, but is that green or is that cyan? I have no clue what colour that is, but either way, it looks really good with the dark prismarine. If anything, I feel like I should be using it in my personal base, and that combined with the bone blocks, which, that's smart. To use the bone blocks and the concrete and the concrete powder and also the white wool all together to create almost like a textured white side of these buildings. That's cool. These are all things that I think I'm going to take forward into my builds in the future, and oh my word. Oh man. That is totally one up my lighthouse. Oh, I have my lighthouse and I was really happy with it, but that's a really good lighthouse. Okay, we might have to take a little bit of inspiration. We might have to take a little bit of inspiration forwards into my builds. That's a good windmill too. I wanted to build a windmill. So yeah, this is cool. Alright. Oh, and the market. All of these things... Yeah, all of these things work quite nicely for my town. So maybe we're going to fly over here every now and again and check out what's going on, because there is all sorts of cool stuff over here. But I think, as far as I can tell, that just about wraps everything up. For this, I'm fairly certain I have viewed every single base on the Hermitcraft server, or at least I've viewed every single hermit. No, I haven't. Zedaf, I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm going to go over to his base right now. I'm going to be honest, I actually can't find Zedaf's place. I have no clue where I would have to go to get to Zed's place. Absolutely none. So, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is actually going to wrap things up for today's Hermitcraft episode. I'll have to head over to Zed's place at some point in the near future once I've worked out how to get over there. But of course, Zed is doing a lot of work over at the Games District at the minute, so I'm kind of thinking of that as being his base. But anyway, that is the Hermitcraft server. I do believe, in a nutshell, I hope I've managed to cover everything, and I hope I haven't missed out anything too important. If I have, I'm sure you will let me know down in the comment section. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.